Okay, guys, I hope you can hear me and see me well. Let's just wait a couple of more seconds or a minute or two, um, just so we are sure everything is working the way it's supposed to. Um, and we can start this live session. Really looking forward to it because, again, I'll be answering your questions. All right, man, you can hear me. Good. We did a test run before. I saw some people joining in because we had some issues with camera. But now everything should work fine. Let's just wait for a minute or two, and then we're gonna start if that's fine with you. Or let's do it like this. Let's wait for 30 seconds, and then we can start. Um, that's that's the plan. From Libya, you're watching and following. That's awesome. That's kind of a far away from here. Hmm. I hope you're doing well. I live quite close to Ukraine. I don't know if you're aware of that. It's just like 500 kilometers away. So it's quite scary actually. To be totally honest with you guys. Cool. So let's do this, guys. Thanks for joining. I'm really happy to see some people here. So again, I'm gonna be answering your questions. I try to support you. So yeah, whatever question you may have, just let me know, and I'll do my best to support you. As you know, I'm a certified brain health professional, and I'm trying to help people improve their brain performance, to achieve peak brain performance, to boost focus, memory, and so on, to improve sleep as well, to reduce stress, anxiety. So I've been doing this for quite some time, and that's why I'm here today to help you and support you on your way. Um, so yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, whatever question you may have, let me know, and I'll do my best to answer it. As you may know, I've been researching brain performance for quite some time, but I'm mainly focusing to nootropics in the past couple of years. However, now we are expanding this again because we know nootropics and brain supplements can help you a little bit, and they're very important, crucial actually. Uh, but they're not the only thing you can do or you need to do to achieve peak brain performance. Without doing other things like optimizing your lifestyle, yeah, it's really hard to get there to achieve this peak brain performance. That's how it is. That's the reality. Um, but yeah, um, let me know if you have any questions. Just comment in the comment section, and yeah, I'll try to come up with some good answers. Um, Firstly, what supplements and nootropics that play on different areas that I have to stuck with it? Firstly, what supplements and nootropics? Zafret, can you Zarfet, sorry. Can you repeat this question? I'm not sure if I understand what you mean by it. Have I tried coffee pills? I did actually. I tried coffee pills. So pills with caffeine. Sometimes there's L-theanine inside as well. Um, what do I think? Well, if you need a quick energy boost, they're really good because that's what coffee does or caffeine pills do. When they combined with L-theanine, it's actually even better because then you get this energy boost without the adverse side effects of caffeine, and that's even better. So if you do well with caffeine, sure, feel free to take them. And if you kind of suffer from side effects, if you sleep really badly, if you take caffeine pills, or if you're very anxious, like I am, for example, then it's better to avoid them. But feel free to experiment with them. Do take them in the morning though, because caffeine's half-life is very long, as you probably know. This means that yeah, if you take them at around 9, 10 in the morning, that's fine. If you take them later, then the caffeine that is in the pills can of course negatively impact your sleep, and you don't want that to happen. So yeah, many brands actually contain caffeine, besides many are nootropics, and some people love that, others don't. Personally, I'm a fast caffeine metabolizer, which means I get this boost of caffeine, So this boost of energy that comes very quickly, and I feel super high. I'm excited. I'm happy, and so on. And then like 2 hours later, I crash very badly usually. So that's why I'm not a big fan of caffeine. Yeah. What are the top supplements to buy and take daily, and how to choose them? Well, when it comes to top supplements, it depends on your goals. What do you want to achieve? You should answer this question first. Like, what is your goal? And you can let me know, and I'll then give you some suggestions. But in general, you need a B complex. Especially, you need to take B12 vitamin. You need some D3 and K2 if you don't spend lots of time outside. Those are the basics. And then you need some omega 3. Omega 3 are crucial for optimal cellular function and brain performance. So you need those. And then, of course, it's good to take an additional nootropic supplement as well. So yeah, tell me about your goals. Like, do you want to boost your focus, memory, attention, energy, and so on? And then I'll try to support you. What would be the best ADHD stack? I'm trying to stay away from the usually prescribed ADHD meds like Ritalin and Adderall. So if you have ADHD, then there are a couple of things you can take. I will actually just open one file here because I have the exact protocol written here for people just like you that want to stay off Adderall and Ritalin, and that's actually pretty good. I'm really happy you want to do that. Just give me a second. And I'll just give you the exact protocol that I use as a professional, a brain professional, um, specifically designed for ADHD. Just give me a second. Protocols, ADHD. Here you go. So for ADHD, so here's the thing: if you're trying to stay off Adderall and Ritalin, then of course fish oil. So obviously omega-3 oil. Take 1 to 2 grams per day. EPA and DHA, but try to find one that is high in EPA, fatty acids. Then you need some either green tea extract. Green tea extract is really good, or L-theanine. That's also really good. And then it's good to take a dopamine precursor. I suggest, based on the protocol, I suggest L-tyrosine, um, or you can also take phenylalanine, but L-tyrosine is usually the better version of the two. And then rhodiola rosea is really good. That's what I recommend. Rhodiola rosea, and maybe you can take bacopa monnieri as well. So those are kind of the basic. Just so those specific nootropics I just tell you are used in the protocol from my coach, for example, and myself and my team as well. And we prescribe this. Well, we can't prescribe. We suggest this to people who have ADHD. So this is gonna do the trick for sure. Cool. My goal is to increase all my areas. So you take omega, zinc, multivitamin, D, magnesium. Yeah, that's good. You should continue taking those. Those are really good. Now, I would then add a high quality nootropic stack. Now, if you can afford it, I would go with Quality of Mind. Give me a second. I'll take this. This is for me the best stack on the market. You can take Mind Pro as well. That's a great one. I would choose one of those two. Those are the best stacks on the market, in my opinion. They're a bit different. One more expensive than the other one, but yeah, you should just take one of those two. Cool. Thank you. That's exactly what I do. Coffee pills with L-theanine. Yeah, that's what you should do. Usually, you have 100 milligrams of caffeine with 200 milligrams of L-theanine. That is the usual dosage, and that works really well. Hi, man. I have a lot of problems with willpower and focus to start and finish doing tasks. Do you recommend any nootropics to improve that? Um, of course I do. So focus, willpower, motivation. Yeah, you need to boost your dopamine, increase your dopamine. You need some kind of a kick. Um, in this case, if you're looking for a stack that you can buy right away, again, I would go with Quality of Mind. This is going to do the trick. If this is something you don't want to buy for whatever reason, or if it's too expensive for you, then I will take I would take Panax ginseng. panic ginseng is really good. Caffeine with L-theanine combined. If you don't do well with caffeine, avoid caffeine. Just take L-theanine, ginseng, lion's mane mushroom. Then take choline. So you can take choline or alpha GPC. Both are really, really good. And maybe some rhodiola as well. Um, this is gonna do the trick right away. And if you still want a stronger boost, then again, supplement like this. I'm not trying to promote them, and there are no affiliate links anywhere. I'm just saying this is a product that I would take, and I do take quite often. Hey, Mateo. Hey, it's good to see you here. Awesome. Honestly, appreciate it, man. Now, do you guys have a pre-made stack, or would I be buying this separate? No. Right now we don't sell any nootropics yet. We're working on something, but um, then as soon as I start selling something like my products, and people will probably think I'm kind of biased towards my products, even though I would develop the best supplements, in my opinion. Um, but for you, DJ M Films, just what we can do, just send me an email to greg@yourinception.com. I will just write it down. Just send me an email. Just tell me what that we discussed the ADHD stack, and I'll give you some good pre-made stacks for you. Two or three maybe. I'll check which are the best. I have the list of all of those, which you can buy, and you can choose one of those. That's you find the best. So, um, yeah, that's what we can do right away. What if I choose specific ingredient? I don't like complex ingredient because I would never know which one did the best for me, and pricey, like you said. Yeah, look, with individual compounds. So for peak brain performance, here's what you need. You need EPA and DHA. So you need omega-3. You take this already. So continue taking this. Then you need a choline compound. For choline, you can take citicholine or alpha GPC, 200 to 300 milligrams of one of those, right? And that's what you need for sure. Now, whether you're going to feel the effects or not, that's questionable. Some people feel them, others don't, but that's not the point with nootropics. I mean, they are going to do the trick. They're going to make sure they're going to provide the building blocks for your neurons to operate properly. So that's what you need. And then what's really important is to take, or I suggest taking one of the adaptogens, so one of the adaptogenic herbs like rhodiola, right, like panic ginseng or bacopa monnieri for brain performance. If you take one of those, you should feel the effects for sure. And that would be my starting point. I would start with those, and then of course, L-theanine. L-theanine is great, and you can feel the effects of L-theanine. If you don't believe me, just drink a cup of really strong green or black tea, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So those are the individual compounds that I would take right away if I were you. DJ and Films, no worries. I mean, just let me know. And you asked me about supplements. There are things to do, to boost your performance that support supplements. Some are even more important than taking supplements. I mean, you should take the supplements, but there are some other things we can do, and I can send you some suggestions as well. I mean, I have lots of people that come up to me that have ADHD or one of the types of ADD, and we have fantastic results because we know how brain performs or how brains perform, and what are the protocols to fix those things. So yeah, that's why I'm here to support you guys. Cool. By the way, for those of you who have ADD or ADHD, did you know there are like 7 types of ADD available, or that we know about 7 different types of ADD? It's you can Google it if you don't know which type of ADD you have. This is actually very important to know because the protocol for each of the type is quite different actually, and that's a funny thing. Not everyone is aware of that. And then people take Adderall or Ritalin or some other stimulants, also modafinil, for the wrong for the wrong type of ADD, and they don't get the right results. And yeah, that's a big problem. There was a study about alpha GPC and increased risk of heart attacks. Does citicholine pose the same risk? Did you have any negative effects from it? Yeah, I'm aware of the study. So the problem with alpha GPC is, and any other choline compound, is if you take it too much, right? So which foods contain high amounts of choline? So uh, eggs are number one. So if you eat 4 eggs per day, you already get a too high amount of choline, right? So that's the problem. And not just that, you get lots of fat, and then yeah, that's what's causing the problem. So choline, too high levels of choline can be problematic, but not getting enough choline is also problematic. So yeah, you have to kind of balance it. That's why when I suggest taking choline, either alpha GPC or um, citicholine, I suggest supplementing it, not getting it for food, and or well, not getting too much for food. And secondly, I suggest supplementing a small dosage. That's very important. Now, personally, I never had any negative effects from choline, but I have to tell you, I eat mainly plant-based foods, not entirely, but mainly, and I generally don't eat eggs for several reasons, and therefore I don't get too much choline through eating food. So yeah, just so you're aware of that. But I don't know any people that had that had issues with choline, and I know lots of people who take it. So if you take a low dosage, I wouldn't worry about it, honestly. I tried all of those, and rhodiola was amazing. Ginseng, ooh, you take quite a high amount of ginseng. About choline, 5x. I should consider alpha GPC, or should I stop? Yeah, man. Don't. So first of all, yeah, I'm happy that rhodiola works well for you. It works well for many people. Actually, it's a really cool nootropic, one of the best. One of my top 5 nootropics, actually. Ginseng is really good as well. Ashwagandha is amazing for stress. Um, but yeah, if you eat 5 plus eggs per day, I would not take choline because you get it too much already. I would decrease the amount of eggs right away if you can, because yeah, you get too much choline already. Love L-theanine. I take it. Yeah, that's good, man. L-theanine is really good. Oh man, yeah. If you were diagnosed at age 6, I don't know how old are you actually, but I assume you're older than age 6 now. So you probably, yeah. My assumption is they didn't tell you which type of ADD you have, and this can be problematic. Maybe you don't have ADHD actually. You may have it, but maybe you don't have it. Um, did you ever take any stimulants? So did you try actually Adderall or Ritalin? And if you did, you're 22, so this was like, yeah, that was a long time ago, right? So 16 years ago. If you took Adderall or Ritalin, did you like I mean, did you see the benefits? So did it work for you? Like, did you feel more focused and so on, or did you suffer from any side effects? That's an important question. Okay, try Adderall. Okay. So, because here's the thing: if Adderall worked for you, then you probably have ADHD. But not necessarily. There's still like inattentive ADD. The people with inattentive ADD, they're also prescribed Adderall, for example. So yeah, I stopped caffeine now. I do that every year for like a month or so. But what can I take instead? I know about caffeine. Yeah, I sleep in afternoon from a year ago. Yeah, okay. So here's the thing: if you need caffeine, okay, so if you wake up, you eat something, or even if you fast, and then you know go to your office or whatever, wherever you work, and then you're like, fuck, I need a boost, I need something, my brain doesn't work, I have brain fog, I have no energy, I need a kick. Then you're doing something wrong. Then something is wrong. Okay, so either you don't sleep long and well enough. That's one option. Or your diet is not optimal for brain fog. performance. Because once those two things are optimized, once your diet is optimized, and once you sleep well or long enough, you don't need caffeine anymore. You don't ever think of caffeine. You wake up like I do. I have lots of energy. I'm like ready to crush the day, and this is my small studio. So I get into my studio. I start helping people. I do some coachings and so on. I'm shooting videos, and I don't need caffeine. And if I do drink coffee or take caffeine, then sometimes after one day that's fine. But if I take it like a couple of days in a row, I crash because I'm too anxious, because I get too much of energy and too much of everything. So if you need coffee, then you need to figure out why is it that you need it. Because a normal human being, not, I'm not saying a normal like something is wrong with you, but a healthy human being doesn't need it. Okay, and it's actually a really good one. You see quite quickly. If you wake up, you need caffeine. Something's not working well. Hello to India, man. It's good to see you. Uh, okay, so fifth grade, sixth grade, it turned me into a zombie. Yeah. So man, I I cannot tell you if you have ADHD or not. But if I were you, I would just go see a psychiatrist right away and ask him or her to do another test, because now they have better technology, and they will tell you what type of ADD you have. And please do that actually before you start taking any stimulants or any supplements, because you're gonna save money, and you're not gonna take something that may cause some damage. All right. Losing emotions with phenylpiracetam. Yeah, that's why I don't recommend it, man. I don't recommend racetams, man. I'm one of those honest guys that say, don't take racetams, not because there's something wrong with that, but because of lack of studies. There's a huge lack of studies on all types of racetams, not just phenylpiracetam. And there are usually some side effects from taking those compounds. Now, if more research comes in the future, I'll be super happy about it, and I'll be the first one to read it and maybe even change my opinion. But as it currently stands, there are better nootropics available on the market, safer nootropics that don't cause any side effects. And yeah, I would just stick to those. And that's an honest opinion. And plus, keep in mind that racetams are illegal in most developed countries. Well, they're legal in the US still, but they're illegal in most of the countries. And it is mainly because of the lack of research. For studying how to take smart drugs, what kind of smart drugs they want to take? Since you smart drugs, like you mean alpha brain and qualia mind? It's like nootropics, or are you thinking about something else? Let me know. I got really bad headache without coffee. Okay, you got a bad headache without coffee. Yeah, because you're well, it's hard to get, once you're used to drinking coffee, it's really hard to live without coffee. Now, if you get a really bad headache, here's what you need to do. You have to stop drinking it obviously as soon as possible, because you're addicted to coffee. That's how you know. That's where your headache comes from. And instead of coffee, drink green tea or drink yerba mate tea. So I'll just write it down. Yerba, wait, yerba mate tea, which also has caffeine, but a much smaller amount. And then, first 2-3 days will be kind of a bad, I can tell you that. And I'm, sorry about it, but there's no other way around it. But after a couple of days, what's going to happen is you will start feeling better. And after a week, you will be like a new person. And then you won't be addicted to coffee anymore. You don't have brain fog or anything. I don't like, I have to take coffee, but the issue is when I stop in daytime, and that's usually don't happen to me. That's why I get angry. Yeah, I mean, again, if so it's really good that you don't need coffee, and you don't have brain fog. But yeah, coffee. So there are biohackers out there that promote coffee every single to drink it every single day. And coffee is actually very healthy. That's the funny thing. It has lots of antioxidants, and we know that people who drink coffee actually live longer. But coffee also causes lots of side effects, what we're talking about right now. And in this world where there's, we always seek this additional dopamine boost. We are always so anxious and so alert and so on. Coffee even, makes us even more anxious and more stressed, and that is the problem. No one is talking about it. Why? I don't know. So yeah, if you don't need coffee, please avoid it. Ultra Brain, yeah, Ultra Brain is good. This is an Indian brand. I know the founder, and I know what they're doing in India, and it's the best product you can get in India, and I recommend it for sure. And about ashwagandha, rhodiola, what is the best tolerance break? Because I don't feel anything anymore from those, and it was fantastic. Yeah, with rhodiola and ashwagandha, I just had a discussion about ashwagandha today on a Reddit, where I'm also pretty active. Um, you can take ashwagandha for 3 months and then stay 3 months off. So 3 months on, 3 months off, and you can do the same thing with rhodiola. You can also do something else. You can take ashwagandha every second day. This is what I do every second day, and then extend this to about 6 months, and then take a month or two off, and then you repeat this process. It depends what you prefer. Awesome, man. Yeah, just retest it. Yeah, really, that's really important. Uh, what's your opinion on using an NMDA antagonist to reduce stimulant tolerance? Don't know if some magnesium form like alternate would make a significant difference. Um, yeah, I generally don't recommend just taking stimulants at all. Um, it's a good question, but I don't know. Yeah, you could take them and see how they work on you, but yeah, I'm not like a really big fan. Like magnesium alternate is great as well, but I don't think it's gonna make a significant difference at all. Ultra Brain is not a smart drug. Ultra Brain is a nootropic stack. So make this difference because it's very important. Because then people will think like you're taking drugs, and you're not taking drugs. You're taking just supplements. But yeah, those supplements will have a long-term effect, and that's good. Not just when you take them, but you need to take them for a couple of weeks to actually experience those benefits. Love from India. Love back to India. I mean, India know a lot about adaptogens. That's where I learned a lot from an Indian doctor, from a doctor of Ayurvedic medicine. Yeah, we live in an overstimulated society, and we're all, all those things happening around us, and we have I have two smartphones, and then buzzes here and there, and everyone's calling me, and trying to grab my attention, and then I don't sleep. For example, an average person doesn't sleep long enough, and then what happens is they're like tired, and they have brain fog and so on and so on. Then they wake up and they're like, fuck, I'm gonna drink a big cup of coffee because caffeine is gonna help me. And what caffeine is gonna do is it's gonna fatigue your adrenal glands, and you're gonna get this boost for 2 hours and gonna crash like crazy. That's what's gonna happen, nothing else, and that's the problem. Uh, what if I stop taking nootropics again? Is there a chance to get back or backstage? Yeah, why not? Of course you can. I recently bought Choline and have started taking 250 milligrams. I take 500 DHA and 250 EPA. How long do you think will take to see some effects? I have fish and chicken in my diet, also veggies. Um, well, good question. I think you should see effects after 1 month or so. That's a reasonable expectation, and I would probably take 2 pills of EPA and DHA, because 250 milligrams of EPA is kind of on the low end. So maybe I would increase this to 2 capsules. Acetylcholine is an optimal dose you take. So yeah, let's talk again in about a month. Just send me an email and tell me how you feel. Lance may need a break too. Not that we know of, and not that we know of. But since it is a nootropic, I generally recommend cycling all nootropics, including lion's mane. Not omega-3. You need to take omega-3 daily, but lion's mane you can also cycle it. I usually do 4 to 5 weeks on, 1 week off. What kind of effects should I affect? Um, should I cycle it? Yeah, so you should cycle acetylcholine 5 days on, 2 days off. Well, acetylcholine um, increases, so it's a basically provides choline, which is the precursor of acetylcholine, which is an important neurotransmitter for learning and memory and attention. So you should feel more focused, and I don't know if you're gonna feel that, but you should have a better memory as well. But your brain in general should work better. L-tyrosine under the tongue. Actually, you know what? I never tried it. Um, Sublingual. Will this make a difference? It shouldn't. I think in not in terms of the effects. Maybe because L-tyrosine is not like a stimulant, so it's not gonna give you this boost of whatever. So yeah, it doesn't really make any difference, I think. But yeah, you if you have it in such a way, I mean, you can take it like this. It's not a big problem. You follow me since 3 days and watch my videos. Awesome. I really appreciate it. What's the best supplement in India for effective in studies? Ultra Brain. For Indians, Ultra Brain. Water taught on green juices like athletic greens. I have some at home. Athletic greens. I have another one that just got from InnoSubs and another one from Adam, but I don't know what's the name of the product. Yeah. What should I say? I don't like the taste. So that's the first thing. I don't like how they taste. But yeah, they can support your health for sure. They can do that. I mean, they contain lots of antioxidants and lots of veggies and lots of fruits. So yeah, why not? If you can afford them, drink them a couple of times per week. They can be beneficial. Not needed, but can be beneficial. Can I take lion's mane mushroom every day? Yeah, you can take it. Generally, I said I suggest cycling it, but you can take it daily. And sorry to confuse you. I like to ask if I stop nootropic, my brain work back to normal stage. Yeah, if you stop taking nootropics after a while, of course your brain will need those nutrients, right, for peak performance. And then if you don't deliver those nutrients for peak performance, eventually, of course, you're gonna go back. That's how it is. How much lion's mane mushroom should you take? 500 milligrams to 1 gram per day is good. Can I take GABA and DMAE? You can take GABA. DMAE, I don't recommend. This is an active compound in centrophenoxin. It is stimulatory, but I suggest avoiding it due to the lack of research, to be honest. Helmet, what's the best nootropic for focus and memory? Sam, you mean like an individual compound or you mean as nootropic stack? Because if it's a nootropic stack, Qualia Mind or MindLab Pro, I have them here because someone asked me about those before. And if you're searching for a particular nootropic, let me know. Do you think nootropics will grow in the future? The Mars. If they will grow in terms of what popularity, yes, definitely. The market is expanding. GABA every day. GABA is a yeah. You can take GABA. I mean, you need to. If you take GABA, the problem with GABA is it doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier, right? So based on the research, the use of GABA in supplement is questionable. Maybe you can combine it with some other compounds like piperine or something else. But yeah, if you take too much GABA, the brain will reject it. That's the problem. So I mean, it's really hard to get some real good effects from GABA. That's the problem. Low libido with lion's mane. I do business and I have time to study in the night, so please just want to take nootropic. So if a nootropic contains caffeine, you need to take it at least 10 to 12 hours before you go to bed. If it doesn't contain caffeine, then you can take it like 6-8 hours before sleep. It kind of depends on how they work for you or on you, what kind of effects they provide. Um, so yeah, at least for at least 6 to 8 hours before sleep. Um, if you don't take any stimulants. How do you cycle acetylcholine? 5 days on, 2 days off. World domination tropic. I haven't tried that, but I'm in contact with the company, and hopefully they will send me one box soon. And I'm gonna try it and make a review. So expect my review soon. I mean, can I take them together? And what can I take for lucid dreaming? Uh, yeah, you can take GABA and DMAE together, but I don't recommend doing that. I don't recommend taking DMAE. Um, and what can I take for lucid dreaming? I don't know, honestly. I have to check it out. Sam, look, if you're a student, while I would suggest taking Mindlab Pro, I think there's a better stack out there for you. For studying, and it's called Qualia Focus, or another option is Qualia Mind Essential. Um, both are really good. Both are from the same brand, Neurohacker Collective. Um, why do I recommend those more? Because they provide more instant boost of brain power, whereas Mindlab Pro is more designed for long-term brain performance. If you can afford Qualia Mind, go with this one. You can take a caffeine-free version or with caffeine. If this is slightly too expensive, which usually is for students, then you can take Qualia Mind Essentials. It's really good, or Qualia Focus. It's also pretty good. My review of Qualia Focus is coming next week. If you want to wait and check it out, otherwise you have the reviews available on my channel of other supplements. Best sleep substance. Many are good. Magnesium, ashwagandha to calm down. Um, I would take 5-HTP or L-tryptophan. That's good. Then you can take melatonin, a synthetic one, even though I'm not such a big fan of synthetic compounds. Or you can take Montmorency tart cherry, tart cherry. So it's a tart cherry extract, and this one is great for sleep because it's a natural source of melatonin. Those, then some passion. You can take a passion flower or um, hops extract. Those are a couple of really good sleep nootropics. You can check Performance Lab Sleep. This is one of my favorite sleep nootropic stacks, or Qualia Night. That's another one. Those are really advanced stacks. D-repose is nootropic, and taurine is nootropic. Taurine, an amino acid. Yeah, not really. I mean, yeah, it has the glutaminergic activity. It may reduce depression, anxiety, but that's about it. So if you're anxious, yes, you can take it, but otherwise, don't expect too much. It doesn't quality of mind though. In India, Mindlab Pro not available. I ordered Ultra Brain. Yeah, then take Ultra Brain. I don't know the recommended daily intake of Ultra Brain. I'm not sure. I think it's like 2 capsules or something like that. So that's what I would take. Just follow the recommendations. And then with Ultra Brain, let me just check it. Ultra Brain. Just give me a second. I'll check it right away for you. Because I want you to know what to do. You can take, you can take Ultra Brain, like try it like 8 hours before sleep and see how it works. If you can fall asleep after 8 hours, that's fine. If you can't, then take it earlier. I'm happy that I can talk with you as well. So thank you. Appreciate it. So for students who believe Qualia Mind Pro or Qualia Focus, no, so it's Qualia Focus or Qualia Mind Essentials or Qualia Mind. Qualia Mind is the most expensive. The best one, Qualia Mind Essentials, is slightly cheaper and kind of in the middle, and Qualia Focus is the most affordable one, but also, I mean, still good enough. more than good enough for studying. I would take one of those, to be honest. There are other supplements on the market as well, but I trust those. I've tested nearly every single stack on the market, and they're really good for students. I have lots of students. I was a student myself back in the days when quality mind was not available, and I wish I had it. It would help. It would help me a lot. Mm, okay, give me a second. I mean, ribose is a carbohydrate, right? It's a simple sugar, so I wouldn't take this as an nootropic. I think it has some effects on the mitochondrial function, um, but I think this is very early research, so I don't know much about it honestly, because it's not really used in those stacks, and yeah, I think it's in a very early stage of research. Also, I've started taking ashwagandha. For anyone asking, the stress reduction is 100% noticeable, but by KSM 66. Yeah, that's really good, Sam. KSM 66 is the most potent and most well-known ashwagandha extract. You can take this one, or you can take Sensoril. Both are equally effective, but they're really good, and I take them. I take KSM 66 as well. For me, it's very important to improve my memory and cognitive function because I have clear some exams. Yeah. You said you are taking. You said you're taking Ultra Brain, didn't you? Yeah. So taking Ultra Brain. Yeah. Ultra Brain is a great stack. Follow the dosage, the recon daily intake, and just take it daily, like for a couple of. So you cycle it. So take it for 5 days on, then 2 days off, but take it for a couple of weeks or months. Don't take it just for 5 days and then say, this doesn't work. Take it for a bit longer period. What's the time? Okay, we have a couple of more minutes. So we have 3 more minutes till the time is gone. So let's see. Do you still like modafinil? Great question. I still take modafinil, and then whether I like it or not, it's hard to answer. So look, modafinil is a potent stimulant, right? And if you are smart enough, then of course you can take it, because you will control yourself, right? You will know when to take it and how often to take it and how much to take it, and also when not to take it. But generally, I don't recommend taking it because it's such a powerful stimulant with so many side effects, you know, and people generally abuse modafinil and other stimulants. That's the problem. And once you try modafinil and then you take something like that, you're like, oh, this doesn't work. In reality, it does work. So yeah, that's my opinion on modafinil. If you're smart about it, and if you can get the quality modafinil, then you can take it now and then. But be aware of the side effects. Is it necessary to take multivitamin to enhance other nootropic effects? Not really, no. It hasn't been proven. Brain stack plus ultra brain can affect. Yeah, that's a good stack. Modafinil damage brain that you know of. That what I know of is that it does make you addicted, even though it's not a physical addiction, but it's this. How should I call it? A mental addiction. So once you get used to it, it's really hard to live without it. There are some side effects as well. Other side effects. Um, but I'm not right now aware of if there are any related to brain performance in general. So no, I wouldn't worry about that. But yeah, I mean, they can cause severe headaches and stuff like this, which I'm sure you read about. So while you have a prescription, you are good to go. Then you have a quality modafinil. But yeah, so be smart about it. All right, please. So how much does quality focus, quality mind session, quality mind improve memory? Is it noticeable? Yes, great question. I tried the dual and back game. This is a special game designed to train your memory, and I tested all those supplements. So I played the game for a while, got a score. Then I took the supplements. I played the game again. I checked the score again, and so on. And I tried to see if there's an improvement. And yes, I noticed an improvement every single time I took those steaks. The improvement was from 8 to 15%, something like that. I think in one case even up to 20%. But you have to know that obviously by playing the game, you also train your brain, right? So you also get better at playing the game. So the difference was not just because of the supplement, but also because of me playing the game. But yes, Qualimind and many other quality stacks contain bacobominary, and bacobominary has been proven to improve memory, shorter memory in healthy individuals. So you can expect to have a better memory for sure. Okay, I'll take 3 more questions today, and then we do this again soon. I love quality of mind and quality of sleep. Uh, yeah, it's good. It's quality night, I think, not quality sleep. I think I always, or is it? I think it's night. I always say quality of sleep, and once the brand, I have a good relation with the brand, and they reach out to me. I was like, hey, it's not sleep, it's night. I was like, yeah, sorry. Do you think taking all 7 capsules is needed? Um, Sorry, I was just reading another question. 7 capsules. Yeah, well, look, if you want to get the optimal dosage of all compounds, yes, then it's needed. I know that 7 capsules sounds like a lot, and I know it's not. I mean, it's quite an expensive supplement. I'm aware of that, but the dosages of individual compounds are really low. They're on the lower end because of the philosophy of Neurohacker Collective. So some people feel really good after 3 4 capsules, but in terms of, if you look from the scientific perspective, I honestly I cannot say take less than 7 capsules. Well, you can take 5 to 7. That's good enough. But yeah, but you know what? Listen to your body. Listen how it makes you, how quality mind or whatever you're taking. Yeah, I think you said quality mind, right? Yeah. So how it makes you feel. If you need less, take less. You still get enough. If you take 5 to 7 capsules, you're good. How do I purchase Mind Pro in India? I don't think you can purchase Mind Pro in India. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's not me signing it there. Okay, last 2 questions. How does lion's mane mushroom work in the brain? Great question. So lion's mane mushroom contains some potent compounds. Um, they're called arenasense and herisenons. I hope I pronounced them correctly. So those are the bioactive compounds that provide the effects, and they increase the NGF, the nerve growth factor, which is an important factor for improving the communication between neurons. So this is a protein, and that's their main mechanism of action. So you see some neuronal regrowth in the brain, strengthening connections, and that's where you get the benefits from lion's mane mushroom. Okay, last 2 questions. Now, for real, can long-term nootropics use increased IQ? No, I don't think it can. Even though, I mean, if this happened, then my IQ would be like 200. I would be like 2 times smarter than Einstein. But I think I'm not, or maybe. Well, who knows? No caffeine, but modafinil. Yeah. Well, so with modafinil, I take it. I take it about once. Well, I haven't took it for like 6 months, 7 months, or 8 months, something like that. But then I take it about. Well, I take it about once a year now, maybe two times a year. Actually, I used to take it way more often, but I'm thinking now, yeah, during COVID and stuff, I didn't take it that often. So when I take it during a period when we do like some really extreme stuff in the company, when there's a lot of work, a lot of stress, and if, like, for example, if you're shooting videos and something happens and we need to shoot like 10 videos in a day or whatever, something like that, then I would take it. But yeah, it's been a long time since I took it. And for example, modafinil works really well for me. There are no side effects, nothing. If I drink a strong cup of coffee, I crash. So yeah, no one can explain why this happens, but That's how it is. Thoughts on phenylpiracetam? Don't take it. There's not enough of research. That's the problem. Okay, cool. We extend this a bit more, but anyway, I liked it. I would talk. I could talk for hours, but let's make a few shorter sessions, and I think it's better for everyone. So, guys, yeah, thanks for being here. I hope you liked it. Um, if any more questions, I mean, I will go live again soon, probably in about 2 weeks. So yeah, I'll let you know. Feel free to join me then again. If you have any more questions about brain performance in general, you know where to find me. I'm quite available, and I try to reply to everyone. So yeah, thanks again. Stay safe in those crazy times. Stay healthy. Don't do stupid things. And yeah, I hope to see you soon again. Um, Talk soon. And yeah, Mateo, I see you're sending some questions. Just send me an email, man. Just send me an email, and I'll reply. I'll reply to you. All right. All right, guys. Stay well and enjoy.